I think the aspect of it that led in no small degree to my interest in joining the Bureau was the reaction I had to dealing with this event, and that the reaction that many of the other team members, most of whom are firefighters, had. After the shock of seeing the extent of the damage, which was far greater than the television or the newspapers portrayed, the next reaction was anger. And this was compounded by the realization that this was a homegrown domestic incident. And without going into the details of the remains that we recovered, because to this day we like to avoid that, I do remember very clearly that the first time that our team was in that position of recovering remains, there was a pause. And then one of the firefighters commenting in very salty language, "Okay, let's do this right, let's do this carefully." And basically the gist of what he said was, and let's be sure that whoever did this is brought to justice. I spent a number of days in this environment, as I mentioned to you before, rapidly transitioning between the impression that I really would have preferred to be somewhere else, and then immediately thereafter realizing that I didn't want to be anywhere else, and that this was probably one of the most important things I'd ever done in my career. In recently reading some of the quotes in the news at the time, some of which were quotes of me, I was struck by the fact that I was thinking in terms of terrorism is a crime, and it should be approached as such. And we have all of the armamentarium and all of the laws and all of the capabilities that we apply to murder. We should apply it to mass murder. And the more I thought about this, the more I thought that after a decade of fixing what people broke, and working in a trauma center, you do get a lot of experience with dealing with the victims of violent crime, now dealing with the aftermath of domestic terrorism, it began to occur to me, as it often does to physicians of a certain age, that preventing injury is in some ways a more important and a more interesting task than dealing with the aftermath. And when an opportunity came along to join the FBI, those thoughts were very much in my mind.